This is next level insanity. The Epstein, Diddy, and Ghislaine Maxwell scandals rocked the headlines, but ever since the initial media frenzy, things have gone eerily quiet. It's almost like certain people don't want the full story out there, but every now and then a small piece of the puzzle surfaces, like Israel Adesanya, who shared his own strange encounter with Diddy on the Joe Rogan Experience. While it's just one anecdote, it sure adds up to the growing picture of how that man operated, and today we're covering it all. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
The position to actually know the people's names on the list, those people are probably in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that's a crazy piece of information to have.
And the fact is that, look,
no one's been tried. No one's been brought, no one's been discussed. We know who went there. We know flight logs. No one talks about anything. There's no effort to prosecute. There's no effort to, and then you have Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in jail for sex trafficking to who? To who? You have to have done it to someone, but there's no effort at all to uncover that.
Yeah, but I'm saying now, this kind of crazy how this started off with, what's his name, Cat Williams on Shannon Sharp. He starts talking, spilling the tea, sipping the cognac.
Yeah.
And then now this whole P. Diddy thing.
Sometimes you have to tell Diddy no.
Oh, man, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep, the Epstein and Maxwell cases should be the biggest bombshells of our time, the type of scandals that shake the foundations of the power and bring high-profile figures to justice. Instead, we've only seen scattered glimpses of the truth, carefully controlled leaks, and media coverage that conveniently fades into the background. Jeffrey Epstein's ties to the world's elite should have led to a massive reckoning. Instead, his suspicious death in custody, which his own brother doesn't believe, by the way, raised more questions than answers. And the client list, which could expose the very powerful individuals involved, remains hidden. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted, but what are the names of those that she and Epstein trafficked victims to, and why is she convicted? We don't have any evidence. Give us the evidence. You get what I mean. But why hasn't the full scope of their operation been exposed, is what I'm saying. The only thing that gives us a glimpse of hope is Kash Patel's pledge in a confirmation hearing of doing everything in his power to get to the bottom of this heinous act.
God protects me, because, look, if I got invited to the white party, I'd have gone.
Especially if you didn't know.
Of course, no one knew. No one knew.
If you don't know, you're just a celebrity, and you know, oh, Jennifer Lopez is going to be there. Oh, Rick Ross is going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. And that would be a cool place. I want to meet those people.
Facts. And I just want to be there having fun partying, but then they start to, apparently, they said they were using, I'm going to guess it's like ketamine, because they said horse tranquilizer, and they were putting in people's drinks in the champagnes and then getting them all loose.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a secret. It's just us two, right?
Yeah.
After I knocked out Pereira in Miami, we went to Tootsie's the next night, and they were like, yo, P. Diddy wasn't here watching your fight last night. I was like, wait, word? Crazy. Then I went and checked my DMs, and I saw, oh, he hit me up. And he was talking about 2 months later, I want to do an interview or whatever. And I said, here's my manager's number. Bob, cool. Nothing ever came off it. But again, that's why I said God be protecting me.
Right.
Because who knows? Like, you never know. Oh, yeah, we're having this party later on. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah, cool. And then they start to, like, you know, you find some chick, you pull on you, and then, boom, oh, how was that 15-year-old? Like, wait, what?
Right. And you're filmed. Yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah.
I know this story's anecdotal and it doesn't prove anything, but it is consistent with some of the allegations made by people who are suing Diddy. For instance, just a few days ago, a male musician filed a new lawsuit against him, alleging that he was a victim of SA by Combs after a performance that he was told he could lead to a deal with the mogul's Bad Boy Records, while Combs, according to Variety, the man allegedly attended the party, and in the back of the club, many other well-known entertainers were partaking in drugs. One of Combs' associates handed him a drink and told him that it was from Combs himself, and he soon realized that he'd been drugged. I'm not saying anything, but there appears to be a pattern if you look at these accusations made against Diddy so far that are accusations, wink wink.
Cameras all over the house. And 100,000
bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, what?
Nobody's that ashy, bro. 1,000 bottles. Also, by the way, that's lube. Coconut oil is better. Water-based lubricant. Yeah. But baby oil is acidic as Johnson & Johnson's. Like, that's demonic, bro. Like, why would you use baby oil? Even if you're dudes, nah.
You probably started out with it. That's all the bottles.
Nah, that's AI. That's gotta be AI. 1, 2, 3 bottles of baby oil. 4, 5, 6 bottles of baby oil on the wall.
Imagine having 500 bottles and go, we need to go for a Target run.
Nah, man. Oh, the fact that said it was what do you call it, Costco, and Costco goes, "Nah, we don't sell that."
What is this? Defaced AR-15s? Interesting. What does that mean? Does that mean
So they scratch the
serial numbers
off? Yeah.
Whoa, that's a serious crime.
Yeah.
That's a serious crime.
But
That Costco thing is real, and you know what's interesting? Diddy's lawyer is the one who dragged them into it, saying Diddy brought baby oil in bulk at the wholesale giant, which they obviously denied. The brilliant lawyer's name is Mark Agnifilo, and in the news that flew under the radar for many, he and his wife became Luigi Mangione's attorneys. Oh, and he also represented PharmaBro, aka Martin Shkreli, in addition to Russian banks, a Turkish-Iranian gold trader, and a Syrian-Lebanese gun runner. Drop a like if you've made better life choices than this lawyer. The man is a real piece of work, to be honest, because after federal prosecutors made claims that these victims were afraid of saying no to Combs for fear of risking of their jobs or physical well-being, the attorney explained, quote, "The freak-offs were evidence of consenting adults experiencing intimacy in a way that two adults want to be intimate." I know his job is to defend his clients, but most of the lawsuits allege more than two people being present during the incidents.
he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then
Was he in cahoots with Epstein, or was it just a similar type of an operation?
No, they were friends.
Really?
Yeah, because Epstein had, on Miami as well, that really private, rich estate in Miami. So they were all in cahoots as well. But again, I think he's going to sing.
Isn't it crazy? Like, that was always the conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat thing. Oh, there's a place where the elites go to underage kids. You're like, what?
What's his name? Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Yeah. He was right.
He was right.
He was right about a lot of things.
Almost everything.
Yeah, most.
About almost everything. Except that one.
I don't know about Epstein and Diddy being in cahoots, but an officer who participated in Sean's Miami mansion raid explained the similarities between the two cases. That alone raises serious questions. An argument could be made that if Epstein's case had been fully investigated with actual accountability, we might already have a clear answer. Obviously, instead the response was a cover-up, leading people with nothing but speculation and conspiracy theories, which Izzy and Joe expand on here next.
You got to realize that guy had been uncovering real conspiracies that the media had not covered for decades. And he was literally having like a psychotic break because of it, because he's just drinking all the time and dealing with the stress.
How would you, even Kanye, imagine you trying to tell people something.
Right.
And then no one believes you and they call you crazy. I'd go crazy just trying to explain to people. Even, I can imagine the frustration of trying to explain to someone, and you're like, no, this is really happening. And they're like, yeah, whatever, you're this and that.
For years, conspiracy theorists have been mocked as tinfoil hat-wearing crazies, but lately, a lot of their so-called theories have turned out to be true. Remember when people were banned from social media for even suggesting COVID might have leaked from a lab? Now even major news outlets admit it's a legitimate possibility. The same thing happened with government surveillance. Edward Snowden exposed it years ago, but before that, anyone who talked about mass data collection was called paranoid. It's really funny how the line between theory and reality keeps getting blurred, so maybe it's time to stop mocking and start paying attention. But I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And if you want your friends to see this eye-opening video, please share the video with them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.